So Darren, you're coming into a card that has so many teammates on this. Is this fight a little extra special, having so many teammates and being in such a familiar place?
Yeah, I really think it is. Less stress this week, just sleeping in my own bed. The traveling for me is easy, knowing where to eat. I don't have to I got to find this healthy place to eat. I'm running around like a chicken with the head cut off. And fighting with the teammates is awesome because we're all pushing each other hard. We all have camp at the same time, and we're all pushing for the same goal, to get that W. So it makes it a lot easier.
And speaking of, wanting things to be a little bit easier, not to dwell on the past, but you're coming in with 2 losses. Is there any extra pressure that you're feeling that you have to get a win? I mean, are you feeling it's do or die at this point?
I know the situation, but I'm not letting the pressure get to me. I mean, if I let all the pressure get to me, then I'm not going to fight the fight that I want to fight. So, I mean, I know the consequences in my last 2 fights, but, learn from them, move on. And, I took some time off to reevaluate myself after those last 2 fights. And, I've been gone for almost 10 months and just working on things I need to work on. I feel for this fight, I'm ready. My camp, my strategy has been great. No injuries, been healthy the whole time. The weight cut's been easy. So no added stress at all this camp.
Is it too simple to call this just a grappler versus a striker fight?
Yeah, it is. I think it's not so much a striker versus a grappler. I like striking too. I like grappling. I do a little bit of both. I'm known as a grappler too. He has a different jiu-jitsu style that most people don't have, so I gotta be ready for that. But I'm more of a grinder. I'll do everything. So I mean, he's gonna make a grappling match. So I mean, he'll throw some kicks. He's gonna grab legs. He's gonna pull guards. So we're gonna get in some entanglements and stuff like that. But I mean, my whole camp has been focused on that.
Speaking of the damage, I mean, it's your nickname, it's your fighting style.
Yes.
I mean, definitely I can see where you want to keep it standing, you want to keep in the middle of the ring banging, but, you had lots of experience, you've had lots of fights. Is that the fight style that you always want to? I mean, are you happy if you're not throwing and banging? I'm sure there's some people like, don't you want to take it easy, maybe take a few extra strikes, or do you like grinding with an opponent like that and pushing them to the limit?
I feel like it's my strength is that type of fight style. I'm not the most explosive, the most athletic guy. I'm not the guy who's gonna do a double backflip and jumping everything. But when it comes to the heart and conditioning and the mentality of the fighting and who's gonna push harder, that's when I stride. So once those type of fights that I might be a little bloody, I'm taking more shots obviously than I want to, and I'm trying not to take as many these days. But that happens. But when it's a grind, a dirty type of fight, and it's just sweat and blood everywhere, that's why I sell at.
So many local fighters here, your teammates, of course, and with Uriah coming out of retirement here, what do you anticipate in terms of the crowd energy come Saturday?
I think it's going to be great energy. I think you're going to hear screaming, yelling, a huge crowd. Everybody's going to be, pumped up about it. When you think of Sacramento, you think of it's a fight city now. Uriah Faber's turned the city into a fight city. He's made a name for himself in the fighting and made this town a name for fighting. So I think it's going to be a lot of people showing up. They're going to be cheering for us and this positive energy.
Yeah, and just looking at this card, I mean, you have Uriah at 40 and then Aspen at 24, both coming from this area. Can you just speak to, I guess, that kind of legacy that Uriah helped build here in Sacramento?
Yeah, I mean, especially for the lightweights, he made it for the whole UFC. He made the divisions for us, helped make the divisions, and then this town, I mean, they followed him. He's made a big name for himself. More and more people followed him. He brought people along the way. That's the thing about Uriah Faber is he doesn't leave people behind. He brings them up with him. He helps them out. He goes out and gets their name out there with his and really pumps them up. So, he's built the team to a freaking awesome, an awesome standard, and he's really made this city believe into something.
When he walked away and he retired, I mean, you guys at the gym, did you believe it would last, or did you guys kind of know that he's probably going to come back at some point?
He was gone for a while, but he was still training all the time. He never really left. I mean, he was doing jiu-jitsu classes, and he was doing competitions. So I knew that maybe there was still a chance he can. And then, probably a little bit over a year ago, I could kind of see he was kind of changing his mind a little bit. So he might be coming back. And had some talks with him, and he thought about coming back, and coming back to Sacramento. That's all it took. He was in.
Have you ever fought on a card with him before?
No, I haven't. I've never fought on a card with him.
So that's gotta be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Leader
Yeah,
there,
it's
right?
definitely gonna be awesome. We can all do it together.
Well, I'm sure you've played this fight out in your head multiple times. How do you see it going down on Saturday?
I see it. It's gonna be a lot of. I'm gonna try to make as much stand up as I can, but it's gonna be like grappling exchanges, and I think that I'm gonna catch him with the shot, either him coming in or on the ground or on our feet, put him away.
Is it going to be difficult? He's kind of one of these guys that he really wants that submission. He's almost had fights where he sat there on the ground waiting for a guy to come into his guard or doing something. If he goes that route, are you willing to jump in that guard, or you're going to make him stand up?
I'm going to surprise him with some things, maybe a little bit of both. We'll see. We're going to see how the fight plays out, but I don't want to play as 50-50. He's great at that. He's known for that. I respect his style. It's not the most entertaining style sometimes people think, but man, he's smart. He doesn't take the damage like I do. So he comes in with his own style and what really works for him, and he's done great with it. So I respect it. I just gotta respect it when I'm fighting him and know what I'm good at, know what he's good at, and make my thing happen.